Alright, what's going on, dudes, and welcome back to Minecraft, where this time we'll be checking out a mod having to do with doors. I have no idea how to pronounce the actual name of the mod, so I'll let you read it to yourself from the title, because words. Anyway, let's get into things. We'll start off with the sliding doors, which is just one part of the mod, but sort of a core component of it. So we've got wooden and iron sliding doors, sort of equivalent to wooden and iron vanilla doors, in that one you can trigger with your hand, the other requires a redstone signal or another thing, which we'll get to in just a second, those little black bars above the doors. So a wooden sliding door is made with some glass and some wooden planks arranged like this in the crafting grid, and you get a wooden sliding door in return. Same sort of thing for the iron sliding door, except you replace the wood with iron ingots, and bada bang bada boom, you've got an iron sliding door. And then, as I just demoed, you can open the wooden one with your hand just by right-clicking, and it's just a really nice looking animation. And the guy said on the forum post that was like his main point in making this, is instead of having the states just toggle as with vanilla doors, they sort of slide open and they conceal in the wall, and then you can right-click again and they slide closed, nice and nifty. Now, you can trigger the iron sliding doors with a redstone signal if you want, just a normal old redstone signal, or you can use the player sensor. So this is the crafting recipe for it: a couple iron, redstone, and some glass. And then the idea is sort of like at a supermarket or something. You can put them over the door, and they just act as like the automatic sensors so that the doors open when you walk near them. And so I placed them on either side of these wooden planks here, and so the door opens with plenty of time to spare when I go in through either side. So pretty cool. So you get to avoid having to step on pressure plates, anything of that sort, and the doors just glide open and closed, and it's nice and nifty. Okay, so moving right along, we've got a set of blocks that are really good for making like traps and secret entrances, which I guess sounds very similar to the torch levers mod, which I looked at last time, but it's different in its own right. So just as a quick heads up, there's this thing, I don't know what's causing it, but occasionally you'll see one of the blocks like sort of jump out and buzz like that right there. I don't know what's causing it. I've looked up on the forum page to try to figure it out. No one else is commenting about it, so I'm not sure if I'm setting it up wrong. Either way, try to ignore it because the functionality still works. You just see that. Anyway, we've got wooden vanishing frames, we've got iron vanishing frames, and we've got gold vanishing frames. And they all do the same thing, essentially. The only difference is how they propagate their on-off states to other surrounding frames. But before getting into that, let me back up for a second and show you the crafting recipes for them. It's redstone and an ender pearl for all of them, and then you replace the other 4 ingredients with either sticks, iron ingots, or gold, depending upon what type you want. And then to set them up, you just place it down. Looks like the wooden vanishing frame block, or iron, or gold. But then, if you go ahead and right-click on it with another block, it'll turn into looking like that sort of block. Except it'll vibrate occasionally, which again, I don't know why that's happening, but ignore it for now. But then when you apply a redstone signal to one of these blocks, it'll actually do this really cool animation and toggle off. And then you can walk on through. If this were my secret base, be super cool. Then I can flip the lever again and it's solid wall. So there's that. Now let me sort of outline what I meant by there's a difference in how they propagate their states to other blocks. So this is a wooden vanishing frame, and it will propagate its state to any surrounding vanishing frames, no matter what block type it's imitating, no matter what sort of anything like that. So if I flip the lever, all of these are going to turn, despite the fact that this is iron and this is gold, and they're imitating different block types. Now, on the other hand, with the iron ones, it'll only propagate its state to surrounding frame blocks that have the same block type. So these are both wool. So when I flip the lever here, it's going to toggle those, but it's not going to toggle the planks because it's a totally different block. Now finally, we have the gold ones, which are super duper specific, and it will only propagate its on-off state to other frames that have the right block type and the right data value. So in this case, purple wool. So boom, and it's just going to flip that one. So you can create a set of hidden doors, hidden traps next to each other that flip differently depending upon what was triggered. So anyway, pretty cool though. I really like the animation. Pretty nifty stuff. Like smoky effect afterwards, and it's kind of this gradual wave type dealio. Anyway, I think it's pretty cool. So from there, we'll move along to the final thing, which is actually something I find like really nifty. I haven't seen it before. Maybe it's existed in another mod, but it's the ability to actually combine two blocks into one to make something that aesthetically can be one thing on one side and another thing on the other. So in order to do this, you need to make the block mixer block thing, which the crafting recipe for it is iron ingots. You got some pistons and some more iron ingots, and then you get the block mixer in return, and then you simply place whatever blocks you want in these slots here on either side, and then they just compress into one sort of hybrid block in the middle, which this is sponge bedrock, sponge rock, bed sponge. That sounds weird. So yeah, anyway, let me place it down so you can see it. It's kind of cool, right? It's kind of cool. Bed sponge right there. Take that with you, hold it next to your bed, because it's a bed sponge. Now you may be wondering, does it work with the Vanishing Frames? Unfortunately, at this moment, it doesn't seem to. It just turns it a strange flashing orange color. You'd think that would be a really, really cool way to use them, is that you could have like a secret base where one side is exposed outwards and has maybe the dirt on one side, and then the other side would be inwards and it would have like bookshelves. So it looks pretty nice. Maybe in like a future update, the vanishing blocks will be able to support the hybrid gradiated mixed block things, but I guess for now it doesn't. But it's still pretty cool. Like if you wanted to have a house even that had, for example, the outside being bricks and the inside looking like wood planks, you could smash up some bricks and some wood planks, and then you could create yourself a house that looks one way on the inside and another way on the outside. So yep, I think you get the idea. Anyway, that's about it for the, I'm going to try to pronounce it, Malisis door mod. Don't know, I probably butchered that. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, a rating would be much appreciated. You can find more info on the mod in the description. Find a link there and stuff and things. And yeah, that's about going to do it. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.